What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about ZBCN, Zebec today. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, you guys, and let's get into it, all right? It is the 19th of June, and here we are at about $0.04 with 7 hours and 19 hours left in the day. Down about 4%. It's the weekend, man. It is Friday, and the stock market is closed, so it really is like the weekend right now. My expectation is that we'll probably have a boring weekend and move down a little bit, getting us set up for a end of month dump probably. Whether the rest of the market's dump going into the end of the month or not, I remain neutral on that stance. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a little bit of a move down between now and sometime next week, but I think end of month I still have hope for Bitcoin and the rest of the crypto market to move up. But it wouldn't surprise me if ZBCN still had lower prices to go, right? It depends on whenever we find our support. But here we are at 0.04. Let's get into the short-term stuff, and we'll zoom out from there. And yeah, let's look at the 1 hour time frame here. 1 hour time frame, rejecting the overbought zone. If you guys remember yesterday, we were calling for a move up to about 0.043, and I think we just missed that. If I was just looking at this low to high to low, yeah, we were expecting that you go to the 382 area, maybe at the most up to the golden ratio. You couldn't even get to the 382 though, man, and that's not a good look right there. You couldn't even get overbought. That's not a good look in itself. Lower lows. And when I say this isn't a good look, this doesn't mean that it's terrible. It doesn't mean that it's going to zero. This thing sucks. I'm not saying any of that. I'm just saying it doesn't look good. If you're trying to move up higher, this is not a good look. You're probably going to move lower and give an opportunity to buy. This thing will grow in time. Okay, it will grow in time. I do not hate this project. Some people think I do, but again, I was actually just talking about this on another coin. I'm like, people love me. They love me. They're absolutely in love with my analysis whenever I'm calling for it to go higher. But the second I get bearish, I have some kind of vendetta against this thing. It's like there's no vendetta to see it go up, whether I hold it or not. But all of a sudden, whenever I get bearish, maybe I'm changing. Maybe that's what it is, right? I'm just switching up on you guys, or maybe your emotions are getting the best of you. Maybe that's what's happening, right? Check yourself, check your emotions, and this is a learning experience, right? For a lot of people, if you're a troll, if you're a hater, and you're listening to this right now, you might be thinking, yeah, whatever. You think I'm just blowing smoke, but you'll learn. You will learn. And hopefully, if you're paying attention, you'll be grateful for the opportunity to learn, actually, because this is going to teach you, man. And I really hope a lot of you guys come out on top, whether it's trolls or lovers, whatever, man. I hope a lot of you guys come out on top, because this next move down, I don't think that. I think there's a lot of people who are accepting it in the ZBCN community, but there's a lot of people who are not accepting it. And it should teach you things, man. It'll definitely teach you things. Hopefully, you don't panic sell whenever we get this move down, because I very much do believe we're going lower. Looking at the 1 hour RSI again, I feel like it says it all here. You've got higher highs in the RSI. I mean, compared to this high over here, you don't even really have higher highs. You've got like lower highs. You do have a higher high there, in all fairness. I don't know if I'd call that hidden bearish divergence, but absolutely it's a rejection of the overbought zone. And I would expect that you get oversold. When you're getting oversold and you're not getting overbought, that's not a good circumstance to be in. Looking at this on Bybit, yeah, let's do that there. You had the volume too, man. You tried. You really did try. I mean, did Bybit get there? High to low? Let's see. Okay, Bybit got right to the 382. Okay, there you go. But you rejected it, right? That's very common. In a strong move down, you expect to find direct resistance right there, and then you go lower. Perfect. Exactly what it should do. If we're looking at this on the 4 hour time frame, rejecting the 50. Right there, you rejected the 50, likely going to go lower. You got overbought, which is nice. You found support around the 40, which is nice, but you didn't do anything nice after that. You just rejected the 50, so you're probably going to go lower, guys. I don't know how fast it's going to be, how slow it's going to be, but just assuming, I don't know, like you kind of move down like this, I think going into the end of the month, going into next week, you should be at peak performance to the downside, and likely you will be breaking out of this range. I'm not saying it's going to happen today or tomorrow. Maybe it happens over the weekend, but I expect this weekend to be rather boring. You'll probably just be basically at this exact same price tomorrow and the next day, maybe a little bit lower. But then on Monday, what the heck? Is it Thursday still? I thought it was Friday. Wow. I thought it was Friday this whole time. It's Thursday. Okay, so wow. Okay, so there's been a few videos then where I'm so bad, man. I thought, is it not? It's Thursday? Wow, it is Thursday. See, okay, so I thought we had a long weekend. Wow, it's not Friday. Okay, so there's been like 3 videos that I've said that in. Maybe all my videos. Wow. That's happened before. I don't know why. I really did think that it was Friday. No, but that makes sense because Saturday's the 21st, and I knew that. Anyway, 004 is the price right now. 3 hours 14 minutes left in this candle. Today you might not move down. Maybe okay, so maybe you do move down tomorrow. I wouldn't be surprised though. Again, if you were boring between now and Monday, maybe you're boring for a whole extra day. But I'm not expecting anything too crazy to happen. If you do move down, anticipate that you will see lower prices than this. If we're looking at this on the daily time frame, come on now, zoom out for me. There we go. From a low to a high, the expectation typically when you go below the 236, as you are now, as you have been, when you wrestle with it like this, you either find support at it or you don't. And I think it's clear that you have not found support at it. This is not support. No. You're just grinding it out. That's not the same thing. 382 is likely where you're going to go. It's that simple. It doesn't have to be more complicated than that. 00293, it's very typical to go just below the 382. So if you see something like that, if you wick below, just because you're below this 382 doesn't mean that you're going to zero. It's not broken, okay? You could go to 0022. You could go to 0021, and you're still fine. Hell, go all the way down to 0017. Whatever. I'll be buying down there if you do go down there. I'll be buying here if you go down here, right? But likely you're going to make this move probably over the next week to end the month. Just because you find your low here doesn't mean it's off to the races. Maybe. I mean, the last time you found your low, it kind of was off to the races, but I would anticipate you kind of configure yourself. You find resistance at prior support where you grinded it out for weeks. You'll probably find resistance there, a higher low. You'll break through. You'll find support at that area, and then you will continue to rise, right? And then once you're above about like $0.06, that's whenever you should start to see this ZBCN pace that you like to uphold, right? I know I hate this thing with a burning passion, but we're going to talk about it going up to the upside, right? And that's a joke. I don't hate this thing. I don't get how in every video I can talk about it going up, and there's people that genuinely think that I just have a vendetta against it. Just because I'm talking about what's happening over the coming weeks does not mean that I'm bearish on the coming months. The coming months will be glorious. Glorious is a good word, actually. It's a good word for that, probably. If we're looking at this here, from the all-time high that was to the all-time low that is, you went just above the 1414, wicked right above it. Very common. Very, very common to wick right above the 1414 and then close below it. Very common from this area to go back down to the 786, 886 area. And in bullish situations, which I actually think you are in, you find support between the 100 and the 886, which is exactly the area that we're calling for. Typically, let me say it again, whenever you find resistance in this area between the 1414 and the 1272, you expect the 786 to 886 to uphold. So if you go below 0029 or even 0028, you're fine. But this would be the area that you'd expect to interact with. In bullish situations, which you absolutely are in, you can expect the 100 to 886 area to hold. I don't think that 0034 will hold, but I do think that 0029 will hold. So something in between this area sounds about right to me. Weekly RSI's bullish as hell. Bullish beyond all belief. But you can keep coming down. You've got higher lows here. You can keep coming down and still be bullish. It's very bullish to get overbought, and then especially as deep as you got overbought, and then bounce off the 50 or higher. It's very, very bullish, and that's probably exactly what you're going to get set up to do and get another drive into that overbought zone. When you move up higher, the next target area that I would consider is 1.4 to 1.7 cents. If not there, maybe as high as 10 cents overall, but I don't know if you get all the way up to 10 cents, man. I mean, in time, sure, but not like during this next phase up. Let's just see. From the current price, yeah, a good minimum target, I think, is 1.4 to 1.7 cents. Good minimum at a minimum. That's the small end. That's the low end of the spectrum. That's where you would go at least. Good maximum, I think 10 cents is a good maximum, but, man, it's pretty high up there. I don't even know if that is a good maximum, honestly, because that's a 25x from here. I don't know about that. Maybe the 2618 is a good maximum, yeah. About an 11x, almost a 12x. And then if you go lower from here, if you go to where I think you're going to go, be like a 16x. Yeah, I could see that happening. I could absolutely see this next move being bigger than this last move was. Absolutely, I could. But that doesn't mean that it will be. If it's not bigger than the last move, and it's actually typical for the next move up, you broke out and that was fantastic, but in a move like this, it's pretty typical, especially as the market cap's growing, to see a lesser move or a similar move. It might make sense to go up to like 2.6 cents, 3 cents itself. It's very common with the 2272 to go just above there, and that's a 7x, 8x, whatever, something in that area. I feel most confident in this let's call it 3 cent. I feel confident in that 3 to 4.7 cent area. That's where I think you're going to go, somewhere in there. I accept that you could go higher. I accept that you could go lower, but something really in this range, that's what I'm expecting that you do. Something in that range. And again, just above that 2272 there. So that'll happen probably, if not by the end of July, then going into August. ZBCN's already proven that it can move up while the market's not moving up. So yes, it could take until August for you to get there, but in time you will get there. You just have a little bit lower to go first, and then you'll move up higher. I've got nothing else for you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like button. If you didn't, leave me a scathing review in the comments. Tell me how emotional I am and how much I hate this thing. I just don't own it, and I want to see it go down. Tell me how I'm always wrong and all these classic things you guys got for me, please. And if you're a lover, just let them be. It's fun, guys. You don't have to defend me. I appreciate it. You know, I do appreciate it. Defend me if you want to, go for it. But I genuinely I don't know. I don't know about you guys. I get the popcorn ready and I read through those comments and it makes me laugh every time. Some people get really offended by shit talking. I grew up with shithead friends. We shit talk to each other. Not that I think the trolls are my friends, but I still kind of care about them to a certain degree, like a friend would. I want to see you all make money. I really do. And you can just tell who's emotional. You read the comments, you can tell who's emotional. And the emotionally charged people, unfortunately, if they're making financial decisions with their emotions high, they don't make the right decisions normally. And I'm just hoping that a lot of you, regardless if you're a lover or a hater, I'm hoping that you don't make the wrong decision and panic sell once the price does go lower, right? The time to sell was up here. The time to sell was at the wick, the high wick of this week here, right? That we expected this to happen. We gave it to you on a silver platter. Couldn't have called it more perfect. Literally to the T, the hour that this happened, I made a video saying that we are likely not going to go higher and we're going to go lower. You had multiple opportunities to sell. It's not the time now. Because guess what? As crazy as it sounds, I could be wrong. You never know. This thing's pretty damn bullish. You never know. I could be wrong, and that's why you don't sell. It's good practice to hold through the pain. And then, obviously, this would not be a good area to sell. If you feel panic, if you feel remorse, if you feel dumb, and you want to sell, and you just made the wrong decision, whatever, think about it like this. Think about it in your head. Think, if I sold here, would I be freaking out right now about the price, or would I be looking at it with the fork and knife in hand? I got my bib on. I'm ready to eat. You know what I mean? This is a prime buying area. So if you don't sell, if you haven't sold, and the price goes down here, please don't sell the low, man. Just no matter who you are, just please don't sell the low. Don't make that mistake. You'll come out better. You'll come out a more tempered trader and investor as a result. I have nothing else for you guys. It's okay to have emotions. It's just not okay to act on them, okay? Emotions don't help you in this game. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.